name is not attached to that phone. I don't know if you are getting me. I believe Mr. Elvis is now available. Mr. Elvis.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Please unmute yourself.
Am I muted? I'm not supposed to be muted now.
Okay, unmuted. Okay.
No wonder. I've been trying to join. I was almost wondering like what's going on. Did Zoom hand over the host to you?
No.
Okay, wait, let me see because okay. Oh, I think the thing was that I did not put on waiting room. That was it. How long have you guys been in?
I think I would have taken them for the last 5 minutes.
Okay, for the last 5 minutes. All right. Good evening, everybody. Um, sincerely, I'm tired. Right. So, Jude, I think since you've already started, I would allow you to just continue. Then, when you want me to come in, of course, I'll come. Okay.
Okay. That will be okay. I would also give them a brief about on a layman tell what ghostwriting is all about. Then you can continue from there. Then later on, I have my own parts to play, which I've enjoyed. And this is not my own part.
Oh, all right.
So as I was saying, ghostwriting, you are a ghost, but you are being paid, not the other ghost. You get a ghost, but you are being paid. Now, coming into this trope, or coming into this aspect of ghostwriting, where you be earning in dollars.
Hello, Jude. It's like you have a bad network.
Sorry, because let me work on my network.
Okay. Um, okay. So, I think what Jude was trying to say is that ghostwriting, I think there's a way he usually explains it. I don't know how to explain it that way. But the whole idea behind ghostwriting is the fact that um, you are not necessarily taking credit for the work. You are just being paid for the work. And that is why you are like a ghost. Okay. So you write for these companies, you write for these firms, and they take the intellectual property and they pay you for the service. So think of it as the way agents work. They are not the owners of the houses. They link the houses to the potential buyers or potential tenants, and they get paid for that particular service. The owner of the house is still the owner of the house. So that's just the easiest, straightforward way to explain it. Actually, this session is supposed to be a session that allows everyone to ask questions, get clarity. It's not a training because most people usually confuse webinars for trainings. Now, webinars and trainings are two different things. If this was a training, it would be structured and it can maybe probably span like several days. But the fact that it's a webinar means is more or less like we bringing it to your doorstep and introducing you to it. So the way it works is that when it comes to ghostwriting, you can write long stories, you can write articles, you can write academic content, essays, and recently, I'm still playing around it. There is also an option to even write short stories. But because I'm not done playing around it, it's something I've not yet introduced to those persons who are currently under my mentorship. Okay, so you write for these guys, they put it on their platform, people read these things, and you get paid. And I know some person will be like, come on, you just write for someone and you get paid. Who is reading it? What exactly are they using the write-up for? A lot of questions come around this whole ghostwriting thing. And I think, okay, yeah, one of my students is here. I'll be giving him the opportunity to talk maybe in a few minutes. In the case of long story writing, these platforms, when you write for them, what happens is that they have partner apps, partner applications that your stories, these your long stories would be placed on. And on those partner applications, there are people like you and I that go there to read these things. And when they read it, let's say they read chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, the platform will tell them, okay, for you to read chapter 4, pay $1, pay $2. So they pay to read all these stories because most times these stories are very intriguing. And these people, it's a way for them to, kill boredom, catch fun, learn, and all that. I know because we are in Nigeria, some persons will be thinking, how can somebody just pay $1, which is about 1,000 something right now, just to read, let's say, a particular chapter? Trust me, these guys are paying handsomely to read different chapters of these stories. And there are a lot of persons that their hobby is just to read and they don't mind paying for it. A lot of people, trust me. So that's what happens for long story writing. So these platforms are earning from these things that you're writing. So they can afford to pay you a part of that money that is very significant to them. Think about it this way. Let's say the platform has let's say 100,000 readers and your story gets read by 10,000 readers. And each of these readers, let's say they pay $1 to open 2 chapters. Let's just make that assumption. And that your book has let's say 100 chapters. Do that calculation. You see that these platforms are earning a lot of money from these books that people are putting on those platforms. So when they are paying you $1,000, they are paying you 500, they are paying you 1,005, they are giving you a contract that extends up to $5,000. It's nothing to them because they are making sometimes times 50 of that amount that they are giving you. Okay. So you're writing for them. You don't own the intellectual property. They own it to some extent, depending on whether it's an exclusive contract that you've signed with them or a non-exclusive contract that you've signed with them. I don't know if Jude has explained exclusive and non-exclusive contracts, but basically, an exclusive contract, the simple way of putting it is saying that if you have an exclusive contract with a particular company that you're writing for, it means that that particular work, you cannot put it on another platform. All right. And you're going to earn a lot from it because the fact that you're not putting it on another platform means that they have to pay you a lot for them to keep that particular story to themselves. If it is non-exclusive, it means that you can still take that work and push it on other platforms. Nobody's going to hold you and say, no, don't do that. But you are still going to earn from this platform, the other platform, just like that. And I get a lot of persons that, they get confused and they are like, is ghostwriting the same as Amazon KDP? Is ghostwriting the same as copywriting? No, they are not. Okay, ghostwriting, Amazon KDP, copywriting, email copywriting, even Twitter ghostwriting, they are not the same. All right. The model of ghostwriting that we're talking about here is completely different from those other writings. They are all related because they are all writing, but KDP is not really writing. KDP is publishing, but most people don't understand. And let me just give a few differences that I can point out here. In the case of Amazon KDP, for example, now these businesses I'm mentioning, especially like Amazon KDP, myself, even Jude, we ventured into it, and I still do mine. I don't know if Jude still does his, but I have somebody that is doing it for me right now. So what happens is that in Amazon KDP, you can practically create different kinds of books. Now, why KDP is not called writing is because in KDP, I can create a cookbook. I can create a jotter. I can create a planner. I can even create a calendar. I can create drawing books. So if you think about it, a drawing book is not writing. It is creation. You see, because a drawing book, you don't necessarily write anything inside. You put, let's say, wireframes of animals and all that, or whatever, ships, boats, and the rest, for children to paint, to color on it. All right. Now, that kind of book, you wouldn't say you wrote it, you created it. Okay. If we also want to look at, let's say, when you create things like planners, jotters, even things like travel guides or travel books, there are travel guides and there are travel books. A travel guide is a book that shows you, okay, this is how to travel to this particular destination. A travel book is the one that you now have like a travel journal, let me call it that way. You have to write your travel journey inside. So KDP is kind of like all encompassing in the sense that even stories and motivational books, self-help books, anything called book can be put on KDP. Anything called book can be put on KDP. So that is why it's not the same as ghostwriting. In the case of ghostwriting, you are actually writing everything you do. You have to write something that will be submitted and reviewed or edited, and all that. But KDP is all encompassing. And for KDP, it's only done on Amazon. Okay. But when it comes to ghostwriting, there are different foreign companies where you can write and be a ghostwriter. But KDP is only done on Amazon. Okay, so it's Kindle Direct Publishing. So that is a completely different business model. The same thing with copywriting. Copywriting is writing. However, it is focused on marketing. It is focused on sales. It is focused on trying to help a particular company promote themselves, put themselves on put themselves out there to be able to either sell a product, provide a service, and all that. So these are completely different businesses and they operate in different ways. They have different approaches. They are not the same. Okay. Ghostwriting focuses solely on writing, and that writing, it's something that you exchange for money. Like it's an intellectual property that you create and you exchange it for money on these platforms. And the way it works is that you don't necessarily have to write a book from beginning to the end. Take note if you are dealing with long story writing, because there are other parts of ghostwriting. You don't necessarily have to finish a book from beginning to the end before you start earning. You can start earning in your first 30 days of public submitting, your different chapters of a particular book, you know. And if you have watched a lot of our webinars, we've talked about first five keywords, outline, and all that. When you sign a contract, there are certain benefits or bonuses that accrue to you that you can enjoy as long as that contract has been signed. So don't confuse these different businesses. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to switch back to Jude so that he can finish up what he was explaining and also bring on his students who happen to also Jude, your students, as the person joined us here.
No, she's finding it difficult to join.
Okay.
But I believe in our next section she'll be available.
Okay. Now, at this point, before we go into the Q&A, because like I said, this is for Q&A. I have one of my students here. He got the ghostwriting course end of April, and sorry, this is May. Sorry, not end of April, end of March. So let's just say end of March, early April, and he has gotten, I think, his fourth or his fifth contract, and it's one of the fastest I've ever seen in ghostwriting. He's one of the fastest. He shared with me about, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, about the first three that he got. And I was like, wow, congratulations. Not knowing that this guy was pushing for more. So today he also shared some other ones with me. And sincerely, I'm surprised. And I'm surprised, but not surprised, because when somebody puts in effort into something, the only thing you should expect is results. It's just as simple as that. So his name is Nicholas. He's currently mute. So I'll just give him the floor to just tell us his journey so far, how he started, how he heard about this ghostwriting, how he started, how he came on board. Then after that, maybe you guys can probably even ask him some questions, because when it is me, maybe Jude and other persons that are talking, it looks like maybe we have special abilities to do some of all these things. There are other persons like yourselves that are doing this, and they can also share their own personal experience. And while Nicholas is talking, you guys will have to pardon me. I have a very, very important call coming into my phone right now. I have to pick up something outside. So I'm going to mute myself, and probably I may be out of the call for a few, but the call is still going on. Jude is still moderating. I shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. All right. So Nicholas, can you unmute and just share your journey with us in the next 5 minutes?
Good evening, everybody. Please, if you can hear me, can you just say hello or?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. My name is Mark Nicholas.
Can hear you.
Yeah, my name is Mark Nicholas. I'm from Imo State, Nigeria. So I'm a philosophy student, by the way. I have been writing for, let's say, over a year now, but I've not actually sold any of my piece, or I've not actually written to be paid. So I've just been writing stories that I hoped to publish, let's say in the nearest future or whenever. But I stumbled upon the ghostwriting, this thing, adverts on TikTok posted by somebody that I was following on TikTok who shares ideas, business ideas and whatever. So I messaged the person and he told me about it, about ghostwriting, that you'll be paid to write to people and then they'll be paying you in dollars. And it was sounding very, very funny to me. So I just looked at it and I wasn't sure about it. In fact, I blocked him. Let me be honest. I blocked the guy because he was saying you have to pay for it. And I blocked him immediately. So then I was Facebook again. I started this group about exclusion, non-inclusive contacts. So I messaged him on WhatsApp and then he was talking about it. And then the last webinar he had, I don't know if it was the last, but the last one I attended, he spoke about it. And then Jude was also there, told us about ghostwriting and other stuff. So I said, okay, let me try it. But then I messaged Elvis and I didn't have it. Honestly, I didn't have that kind of amount. In fact, I didn't have any money with me. So then he said that there will be a discount sometime in the next week or something. So I waited. So then the discount was, I think, 27 or 28,000 naira. So there was this friend of mine that was close by. I said, guy, I actually borrowed the money to pay for the ghostwriting class. So it was on the 28th of March. Yes. It was on the 28th of March that I paid for it, and then he gave me access to the course. So I took in about a week and studied the course. So I was lucky enough that I had already written some of the works that I intended to publish on these sites, because I heard about it a long time ago, but I was saying, okay, I will do this by myself. I don't have to pay somebody. But then when I was going through the course, I discovered that there were several mistakes that I made while writing, not because of the fact that I was typing wrongly or maybe my tense is wrong, but there were styles of writing, which if you don't go through that course, you won't even know. Even to be honest, when I applied for my first contract after going through the course, I was rejected until I went back to the course again for like 2 days. And I just took my time. I wasn't rushing it. Just took my time and went through it. So I applied. There are over 9 or 7 sites where you can apply to and get your contract. So I applied. I wrote 5 stories actually. 1 has been denied and 4 have been accepted. So the last story that I wrote, I just applied for it yesterday. When I wrote it, I have somebody they have co-editors in the platforms, people that have already written for like a year or so that can actually help you out to edit your work and do this thing. They are co-editors. They don't work directly with the websites, the sites or whatever where you publish, but they just have experience and they can help you to edit. So after getting the 3 contracts that I shared to Elvis. I told him about it, and then he said, okay. So I was pushing for the 4th one, actually. But then my co-editor asked me to wait. That she wanted to, she's a female, actually. And this, my co-editor, to be honest, she's 4 years younger than I am. And she has already made like 3 million naira from writing. And when she told me about it, I was like, wow, somebody that is in year 1. She just got her jump last year or so, or earlier this year. She's still in year 1. She has over 3 million naira. She showed me some of the transactions that she made and so on. So she told me to wait, that she will go through my work and everything. And then yesterday, around 12, she told me to, okay, apply. And then I applied this morning. I just woke up and then I saw the message, your contract has been sent to you. And it was an exclusive, meaning that the bonus I will be getting is massive. I will be getting like over 1 million naira by the time I'm done writing. So now I didn't tell of this, but one of the contracts where I had as non-exclusive, one of the books, I applied to another site and I was given another non-exclusive. That means I have 5 contracts with me, and I just started applying on the first week of last month. So recently now, I've already gotten to my 50,000 words on one of the sites where I'm writing, and I'll be expecting my cash out by next week. It should be around 200,000 naira if converted to naira. So I'm just using this opportunity to tell you that if you have the money, you should actually do it. Even if you are not writing by yourself, even if you are saying, okay, I don't have the time. Actually, I work also. I'm an artist, pencil artist. So I have a lot of contracts that I do, but I still make out time to write because I enjoyed writing. So even if you think, okay, you don't know how to write, you don't know where to start from, it's better for you to just, when you go through the course, you see a lot of things that will actually even benefit you. Even if you don't want to write, as a human being, you see things that will motivate you. So I'm just using this opportunity to advise anybody that is still having double mind. Just like I blocked the other person that told me to pay, because I was thinking that it was kind of a scam, because I've been scammed several, but not particularly to writing. And I blocked him, and I was looking for his number, and God saved me. I stumbled upon Elvis advert on Facebook, and then I chatted him up. And today I have like 5 contracts. And if not for time, I would still be pushing for the 6th one. This money must be made. So I'm just saying, anybody that that's having double mind about this should actually, even if you are not going to write, you still have a platform that will show you how to outsource, and then you can get people to write for you. I don't know if anybody has any question, but I'll be willing to answer. Thank you.
Okay. Well done. First of all, I'll say congrats, Nicholas. I'm happy for you. Nicholas. Hello, Nicholas. Nicholas.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I say congrats. Congrats. But you know that that same non-exclusive contract you got, you will say you applied it on 2 platforms. Am I correct?
I mean the non-exclusive. One of the contracts where I got as
non-exclusive. You
non-exclusive. One of
applied
the
it on 2 platforms.
Yes.
Okay, do you know you can still apply it in another 2 platforms? Do you know?
Yes, but I don't think I can carry the load of writing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's
Once
the
you
same
write
thing,
the story, you publish. Okay, let me tell you the story of one of my students. She got a non-exclusive contract. She published it on 5 platforms. 5. When you add the money together, it will give you the same money an exclusive contract will get.
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
the simple part and the sweet part about this ghostwriting. So please, anyone in the house, you can ask Nicholas your questions so you can give answer. Nicholas, please don't leave. They will ask you a question. Please just unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Yeah, if you have a question, just unmute and ask. Or you can still type it if you are shy. You can just type it in the chat. All right.
Sir, we shy for money. We shy to make money.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. But while we are waiting for questions, I want this. Okay.
Is your outline okay? Is
Okay.
your okay.
Can I?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. The outline is not part of the first 5K words. Actually, there are some contracts that will require more than 5K words, but majority of them require just 5K words. So your outline is kind of what the editors in the sites would see and say, okay, look at how this story is going to be. Like, it's going to be from the development of your story, how it's going to be. So your outline should be like 2,000 to 3,000 words or whatever. If you want to make it up to five, I think the highest number of words is, I think, around 4K or 5K. So it's not part of your first 5K words. It's just something that will tell the editor that look at how this story is going to be. They want to know how this story is going to end, how it's going to, the twist and the plus and everything, the characters and everything. Yeah. So it's not part of the first 5K or 10K words.
Okay, adding to that, Nicholas, the outline. Let me just give just a briefing. Without your outline, you can't write your 5K word.
Simple.
I don't know if you're getting me. Without the outline, you can't write your 5K word. So your outline is not part of the 5K word, but you are using that to write your story.
Yeah.
And while applying for a contract, you have to add that your outline, your blur, your plot, and characterization.
Yeah.
The 5K what we are talking about is based on your chapters, the chapters of the stories.
Yeah.
So the outline is not among, but while applying, your outline will be included. It will be inclusive.
Exactly. Adejoke, I'm sure it's clear for you. It's very clear. The thing about the outline, think of the outline like a skeletal structure of your story. You know, it's like a summary of what you want to write, but still with some catchy details that shows your editor that, okay, this is how the story is going to go, right? For another question, I want what the type of writing we should be doing in this ghostwriting. Is it just storytelling or other types of writing like essay, article writing, etc.? The answer is yes, it encompasses all of them. Now, see, the thing about the training is that the training is divided into sections. There's the long story writing part, there's the part for essays, there's a part for articles. So when you go through it, you decide, you make your choice and say, this long story thing is not my thing. Let me go for essays, or let me go for articles. It all depends on you. All right. Now, why there is emphasis on long story writing majorly is because of the nature of the contracts. All right. And how the earnings come and how huge it can be. All right. When it comes to articles and the other parts, you can make a lot of money, but it means that you have to write a lot different types of articles, you know, and all that. So, and the focus of everyone is, especially us Nigerians, we want to make money. I want to make money very fast. All right. So most times we try to always go for those things that we feel is more attractive. Okay. But the training encompasses everything. So I think there's one of my students that she doesn't do long story writing. She just focuses on essays and articles. That's what she does. She said
You,
nothing.
you
So
won't forget the part of Upwork.
yes, exactly. That's also another addition also in the training, you know, that shows you also how to use Upwork to also do your writing. You can do other things like spaces or no, spaces are not part of words. Space is not a word. All right. 5,000 words has to be 5,000 words. Now, see, this 5,000 word doesn't mean exactly 5,000 words. Like when you are writing now, you start counting. No. 5,000 just means as long as it has hit 5,000, it can be 5,300, can be 5,100, can be 5,600. That's what they mean by 5,000 words. Okay. So spaces are not part of it. So it's the words that are looked at. And the thing is this, I think your MS Word or so, even was this Google,
Google Docs.
WPS.
even WPS tool also shows you your word count. All right. So as you are writing, you can be looking at your word count. And all these apps are also introduced in the training. Okay. The apps are also introduced in the training. So and when you upload it on these platforms, you get to see there on the platform that okay, you uploaded yesterday, you uploaded today, you uploaded, then to show your word count, your total word count, you will see it there. Each of the chapters that you upload, you'll see this particular chapter that you uploaded, you see the word count. So that chapter you uploaded, you see the word count. That's how it's looked at.
Now you go do am o. Me, I no fit do am o.
All of us go do am o. All of us go make money.
All of us.
All right, so that is it. So okay, you're welcome, Adejoke. This other person says, is this training free? Okay, the training is not free. Okay, the webinar like this is free. You can join, ask your questions, but the training itself that teaches you how to earn money from ghostwriting is not free. Okay, now see, let me also say this. There's this thing about free that people always ask. Let me just tell you this. In the online space, be very careful of things that are free. Some persons will say be careful when they charge you, but me, I will tell you be careful when it is free. Because when it is free, there are a lot in fact, some of them, they call them hooks. They are hooks that they used to like just hold you until you now realize that you have to pay and you probably even have no choice. All right. The ghostwriting training costs 30K.
Hello.
Everybody who wants to do ghostwriting right now has to pay. You want to come into our mentorship, you want to learn, you have to pay that 30K. All right. So it's not free. Okay. But there's something I want to address before we look at other questions, which is a lot of persons coming to my, I think I posted about this one yesterday. A lot of persons coming to my DM and they're like, I'm already a ghostwriter. Just tell me what to do. Can't tell you what to do because you have already come into my DM to act like you already know everything. So if you know everything, you don't need me. If you know everything, you don't need Jude. You don't need us. Okay. So some persons come with this pride of I've already been writing. I'm a journalist now. I've been writing for this day newspaper, Vanguard. I have a lot of them in my DM. Come on, I don't need why do I have to pay? Just tell me where to go. Now, what some people don't understand is that do you know access is expensive? You might have the skill, but you might still be broke. So sometimes you just need somebody to point you in the direction and say, okay, go in this way. And sometimes that go in this way can be more important than the skill that you have at that particular point, all right? But not necessarily altogether. So you have the skill because the question most times is, I already know how to write. Do I still need the ghostwriting training? The answer is yes, because I tell people that the ghostwriting training is not a training that teaches you English and literature, all right? Because somebody will say, I already know how to write. Why should I pay to learn how to write? You are not paying to learn how to write. You are paying to learn how to use writing to make money, all right? And where to actually still use that writing to make money. And how to properly channel that skill that you, in quotes, you already have to make money. So if you look at it from that perspective, it means that yes, are you talented? Yeah, you are talented. Your pen is very sharp. You can write now to tomorrow. But are you making money from that writing? Or maybe you're making little money, but you want to know how to actually channel that, capacity you already have to something more tangible. Okay. You need the ghostwriting training. And another thing that you're also going to learn in the training is also how to create accounts that enable you to receive this money from these foreign companies, convert it to your Naira, and enjoy yourself as you should. All right. So it's very, very important. Some persons say you guys are putting emphasis on the trainings because you need money. If you're already making money, why do you still charge? All right. No problem. I have no answer for those set of people. If you feel that I should not charge, it's fine. When Apple produced iPhone, they did not give you for free. Dangote he's a billionaire, he's the richest man in Africa, sort of 20 naira, he will still not give you for free. All right. Anything that has value has a price tag on it. All right. Anything that has value has a price tag on it. And also, if you are actually thinking right, for me, I believe that the ghostwriting training program is a steal. Why I call it a steal is because how can I pay 30K and one contract, even if it is non-exclusive, can give me more than 100K, more than 200K, more than 300K. So is 30K actually really enough to pay for that thing? The answer is actually not enough. Most of us spent millions going to school. If you calculate how much is spent on you from primary to university, is in millions. And I can assure you that not everybody will earn back that millions in their whole lifetime. Because some people, their yearly salary is like 1 point something million. Maybe they get paid 60K or 70K, maybe up to like 1M or even less than 1M if you look at their annual gross. So it will take them like 20 years to earn back all the money that they have spent in school. But you spend 30K on something and you are serious and you give yourself maybe 2 months or 3 months and you start making money. To me, I think it's a steal. If you sit down and do that calculation, you understand what I'm talking about. So let's see some other questions. Oh,
okay, sir. Before then, sir, like that part of those people that come to DM and say that I can write. Let's say, for example, Mr. Nicholas. Nicholas said something here that he used to write. He's a writer, but he doesn't know he doesn't know how to get paid with his writing. Not until he got the ghostwriting course. That was when he actualized his skill. I don't know if you're getting me. So what is there is that you're a writer, good and fine. You have an edge already, no problem. But can you turn that your skill into income for it to be generating income for you? That is the question you ask yourself. Then this person, Abayomi, asks a question: can you write with AI? For story writing, AI is not acceptable. Why? Because AI doesn't have emotion. If those platforms accept AI, then there's no need of you to, there's no need for them to hire you to write a story for them. It's simple as that. AI doesn't have emotion. That's what I say, that writers are the only set of persons that technology can't replace.
Never.
Technology can't replace writers. See, if you learn the act of writing, you will go places. Just your pen and paper can cause a war between great nations. That is writing. That is writing. So you can't use AI. Only the place you can use AI is just for, let me say you are writing a blog, then you need this thing, skeletal background on how to write those articles. Then you can make use of AI to give you content to write on.
Yeah.
But mind you, you are not going to write all those things. It's giving you the content on how you write from. Then I don't know how to pronounce your name, but the person that asked, can we also do poetry on this site? See, these are stories. They are novel, not poetry. So it's not acceptable. And there's one thing, Mrs. Siovis, I noticed something. Most of the students that got ghostwriting, they don't go through the course, because if you get this course, Mr. Daniel Sampson, the creator of the course, he made mention of different platforms and their troops. Now, what is troops? Those kind of stories, those kind of things the stories need from you. If it is a werewolf story, it will mention that I need the second chance, revenge. If it's a billionaire romance, it will say, I think there's also revenge there. There's also, I've forgotten the other part. But if you make use of those tropes, If you make use of those truths, you will see yourself having contracts here and there. So, Mr. Elvis, I think you need to answer the others.
Okay. Okay, this one says, if it's ghostwriting, can you add your works to your portfolio? That's not clear for me. When you say add your works to your portfolio, like, are you saying if there is like a portfolio section on this website, or you're talking like of maybe portfolio on your, maybe on Upwork or something? If it's Upwork, you can build your portfolio on Upwork. You definitely can do that. But if you are talking about the platforms where you are writing on, I've not seen anyone that has any section like the building or setting up your portfolio and the rest. Then this one says, am I going to
Hello,
yeah?
hello, Mr. Elvis.
Yeah, Mr. Onome, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good
It's
evening.
nice to be, I've been listening to everything they have been saying. My question goes to Mr. Nicola that said, he said he's been writing before he got the training. You understand? Me, I know you for long, and I know you have not been writing before now, and I believe you are still the master. You understand? So my own question is that people like me now that doesn't know, I've not been into this writing before. I've never been to this school stuff, and I'm interested of like, okay, I'm interested and I want to make money for myself. Understand? I want to make money for myself. So how can person like me now start like now know who to write for me, and I will read it that this person that wrote this thing is very good, and this kind of writing can pay me in ghostwriting.
Okay. So if I get the question correctly, you are not a writer, maybe because of
Yeah,
some academic pardon me, maybe some because of some academic deficiency, and you may
yeah,
not
you can use it
have
like
time to, put words together and all that. The thing
Google.
is,
Yeah,
is that you can either be a writer or you can outsource your writing. Even me, I don't write, so I've never written anything.
Yeah, I'm not
But
writing, no.
but I edit for people, but I'm not an editor on any site. I edit for my students, like I review their work and all that. Not that I cannot, I can, but I don't have the time to do so. You get? So why I'm coming from this angle is to let you know that there are people that they probably even have the ability to write, but they don't have the time to do that, or they don't want to crack their head. They get people to write for them. For me, I have 2 standby writers that are writing for me. Okay. Now, you too can also get writers when you go. The thing is that part of the training, there's a section that teaches you how to outsource. Outsource means something you're supposed to do yourself, or that you're supposed to like use your own personal service to run. You give it to someone else. Okay, so that is the possibility. You can get a good writer that can write for you. You can get all these writers on LinkedIn, Facebook, even on your WhatsApp, even on Twitter. I think Tochi's first writer back then was on Twitter that he got that particular writer. Me, my first writer, it was on WhatsApp. I just posted it. I said, I need people who can write. They came into my DM. I vetted them and all that. But the thing is that I wouldn't have even known how to use those writers or what to expect from those writers if I had not gone through the training also. I don't know if you understand. So even if you are not the one that is going to write, you still have to go through the training to understand what the expectations are. Because when the writer still writes, the writer will still give it to you. You'll be the one to upload it. You'll be the one to apply for the contract. You want to be uploading the other chapters that the writer will be sending to you. The only thing that you will not be doing in question is that you will not be the one sitting down and writing down the story. So you can actually get writers.
okay.
As long as you can read, you can still read those stories, all right, and still see whether they are nice. If you read a good story now, you will know you are not an illiterate, all right. So if somebody still
Yeah,
write give to you and you read it, you still be able to, no, this thing, I don't like it. And the thing is that there is nothing you start today that you become perfect at today. I don't know if you understand. What I mean by that is that even if you start today and no writing, people are writing for you. Yes, at that point, you are still a novice. You are still coming up. But the more you get people writing for you, the more you see different stories, the more you even read other stories and see how those stories are written and writers are sending to you, you know how to say, no, I cannot accept this work. Or, okay, wow, this is really amazing. And you continue with that particular writer. So the thing is, the bottom line is that you still have to learn the business. You still have to know how to run the business. The only thing is that you just have to get people to write for you, and you still go through the work and upload, and your editor will also still be there to still point out certain corrections and things that needs to be modified. You get so not being, in quotes, a literary person that can coin stories is not a limitation to ghostwriting. You get even Nicholas, I was talking some minutes ago, said that the number of contracts he has now, he's even thinking of how to outsource one of them. So which means that even if he can write, time and chance will still not permit him to still be able to write all of them. So he still needs somebody to still help him. You get so there is room for outsourcing. That's just what I'm saying. There's room for outsourcing. Then this one says considering the fact that this training is capital intensive and we are all unfamiliar with each other, so the respect, I would like to, how do we know this is not a scam? Okay. The way I answer questions like this is I simply tell you that I don't know how to convince you because I don't convince people. All right. I can tell you it's not a scam. You will still say it's a scam. I can tell you it's a scam, and you say, why will you be saying it's a scam? So how do to explain it? Now, if it is a scam, first and foremost, I don't think Tochi will be showing his face. Me, I will never be showing my face. You get. And apart from that, if you are following the conversation from beginning to the end, you see that we are very straightforward. We tell you things the way they are. We are not painting anything. We are not giving you unrealistic expectations. We are telling you there's work involved. Scam will not tell you there's work involved. Scam will simply tell you, pay, the system will help you. In 3 days, you will get 1 million. We are not making those promises to you. All right. So it's straightforward. Me, I will not sit there in my house now. And I'm hungry. My food is here. I will not be thinking of showing my face and coming to scam you on a call that over 40 persons have joined since we came in here.
Can I add something?
Please go ahead.
Yes. So, like I said earlier on, when I first stumbled upon the advert of this course on TikTok, like I said, there was this guy that was talking about it. So I messaged the person. It wasn't Elvis. So he was telling me that you pay 30,000. Actually, he gave me the link to his YouTube channel. I watched the video he posted there. Was talking about the discounts and everything. Then he landed at 30,000. I was like, this one not telling me to pay for something that will now scam me. So I actually blocked him. I blocked him and I deleted his number. So then until I stumbled upon Elvis advert on Facebook, I was like, okay. At first, when he told me that it was the same price, I was like, it's like these ones, they are working together. These are scammers that are working together. I was not like, that's how they used to do. Maybe they have a community where they say all of us are, when traders decide to take a particular price for a product. So no matter where you go to, as long as it's the same market, you will get it at the exact price. So I left him, but I was still viewing his status and I was like, okay, let me just give this thing a try. And honestly, I don't know why people are still thinking it's a scam because you have been seeing alerts, transactions going on. I don't know. Anyway, let me just say that it's just natural to think that something is a scam. So, but I'm just saying that, please, if you think it's a scam, come to me and I will personally convince you because I have somebody ever since I posted my contracts on this thing, on the Discord group we have, we are ghostwriters. About 7 persons have come to me and they are like, how did you do it? 7 ghostwriters who don't write. And I've been able to show them. One applied today, and I'm hopeful that he will get the contract. But the other ones that applied, I showed them the direction, and no one has a non-exclusive, even though he was hoping for an exclusive contract. But let's just hope. So I'm just saying that if you think it's a scam, just take the risk. And if it's a scam, I will show you my Facebook username. You go there and call me out. So please, it's not a scam.
All right.
Thanks, Nicholas.
Yeah, Nicholas, thank you. All right. So the thing is, I made an announcement on my WhatsApp group, although I don't think I posted it on my status, that from 2 days ago or so, or 3 days ago, till the end of October, that the ghostwriting training will not be 30K, it's going to be 27K. So, and that is my way of helping those who, because 3K is something, 3K can help you with transport for like 2 or 3 days, depending on where you work or where you go. So to still relieve the stress. All right. So the ghostwriting program is originally 30K, but as a way of helping, for those persons who are here and maybe you came through my invite, you'll be getting it for 27K, and it's going to be like that to the end of October. So now let me say something very clear here, which some of you don't know, because I get a lot of persons who, even when you give them discount, they'll still come and say, please, can you not make it 15K?
Jesus.
I don't make it 10K. I've seen a lot of those messages on my group. Some of you that are here that are on my group, you've seen those messages. Let me just tell you, Daniel Sampson, who is the creator of the course, we are not creators of the course. We are students just like you are. All right. Daniel Sampson has never changed the price. You see those discounts you are seeing, we are the ones giving it. We are the ones giving those discounts, which is our way of helping people. And if you pay now, even if you pay 27K, after I do your registration, you are going to see 30K receipts. That's what you are going to get. If you think I'm lying, let me give you the link and go and pay. If you're able to pay 27K, you come back and tell me that you pay 27K. So what that means is that even when you pay 27K to any of us, or 25K, depending on what kind of discount we are doing at any point, we always add our money. So I don't know how many scammers does that. I don't know how many scammers will help you add money to get a course. But if you have scammers out there, please, that are helping people with money, please let me know. Me, I want to be scammed that way. All right. So that's the price of the course for now. So it's not 30K from now till the end of October. So any of you that after the end of this seminar, this webinar, you want to get started, just come into my DM or reach out to Jude, depending on who you're communicating with already. Reach out to any of us and we would help you get started. If you still have more questions, still feel free, come into our DM and ask. Okay, how long is the course? Now, I think Nicola said he finished it in 1 week. All right. But I always tell people, on the average, 2 weeks is enough to go through the course from beginning to the end. However, once in a while, you will still have to use the course as a reference point. Maybe when you forget something, you want to check how they did something, you can still go back to the course and go through it. And the sweet part about it is that it is at your own pace. You go through it at your own pace. So if you are free in the morning, you log in, you go through the course. If you are free in the afternoon, you log in, you go through the course. All right. There's no pressure to say, oh, if you miss today, you have missed. No. All right. So the course is not a live class. It is something that is already recorded and put together. It's just for you to log in anytime you are free and go through it. Those of you that have used online platforms like Udemy, Coursera, Pluralsight, you know what I'm talking about. When you pay for a course there, anytime you are free, you log in and you go through it. And that is the best way, because while Mr. A might be free in the morning, you see this webinar now is holding by this time. Not everybody is free to join. If it has to be live classes, a lot of persons are going to miss, because some people will be in traffic by now. Some will still be at the office. Some are cooking. Some are attending to their family. Some are on a call. Different things are coming up in people's lives. So it's something you go through at your own pace. And 2 weeks is absolutely fine for you to finish. I think even Jude finished in like 4 days or so when he went through the course. For me, it took me almost a month. Why? Because
3 days.
Okay, 3 days. Okay, good. Mine took me almost a month, because at the time I was going through another course for my job. I was also working. In fact, I still work, plus my other businesses I do. So everybody's pace is completely different. And whether you finish in a month or not, or you finish in 1 week, the business is there for anybody to do and to make money from. All right. So with this, I don't know, Jude, if you have anything to add, but from me, I want to say thanks to everyone for joining, and I hope that most of your questions were attended to and were answered. Don't forget that our DMs are always open. All right. Even if you are here, you've already gotten the course, because I think some persons are here that have already gotten the course. You know, when you chat me up, highest that will happen is that I might delay a bit to respond because of how my day is going, but I will never ever ignore you. I will always respond to you and help you in the best way that I can. All right. So, Jude, do you have anything to add?
Okay. The discount, as you said, it's from now till the end of October. We are giving the discount for 3K. That is, you'll be paying 27K. So you need to know that that is our own way of showing support. It's not Daniel Sampson that is giving that. The cost normally is 30K. So I wish you all the best. Have a beautiful night rest. Ghostwriting is one of the best and easiest model to start earning online and earning in US dollars, not in Naira.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Jude. All right. Ignatius, I will respond to your WhatsApp chat. I've seen it. No problem.
You had the 500 there for it. Hey, Jesus.
Ignatius,
Hi, Jesus. Nigerians.
All right. So,
Yeah.
good night, everyone. And I hope that you all have an amazing and a great weekend also. All right.
Oh, shit.